Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video, we're going to show you how to change out the GE refrigerator crusher cover. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new crusher cover. The crusher cover is located in the ice bucket assembly. It goes in between the crusher and the bin itself. The main reason you'd be changing it out is if it's damaged and your ice isn't dispensing properly. In order to get to the part, we have to open up the freezer door. Once you have the door open, we have to take the ice bucket out. We're just going to lift up on it, pull it out till it stops, then lift up on the back and pull it out the rest of the way. Once you have it out, we can set it on a table so we can work on it. Now that we have the assembly out of the freezer, we're going to take it apart so we can change the part. First thing we're going to do is take off this shell. It's held in by 4 Phillips screws. We're going to use the Phillips screwdriver to take them out. Once you have the 4 screws out, we can separate the outer shell from the ice bucket and set it aside. Once you have it off, we're going to set the ice bucket on its top, and then we have to use the Phillips screwdriver to take out this screw. Holds the actuator arm on. Once you have that screw out, we're going to go to the other end of the actuator arm and release the spring. You just have to press down on it so it comes off the rod. Once you have the spring off, we're going to go to the other end of the arm so we can unhook it from the door. All you have to do is push the door up, and then we're going to push the arm forward so it comes off. Once you have the arm out, we're going to turn the bucket over again. And we have to release the locking tabs on each side. We're going to stick a couple small flathead screwdrivers in these grooves right here to get those tabs to release. Once you have them stretched out, there's a couple tabs right here that you can just lift up on to get this whole assembly to come out. Once you have that free, we can just lift up on it and pull the whole auger assembly out of the bucket. Once you have that free, we can pull the bucket out of the way, set it aside so we can work on the auger assembly. Before we take the auger apart, we're going to take the drive cup out, just set it aside. Once you have that out of the way, we have to remove the E-clip on the other end. We're just going to use a small flathead screwdriver to pop it off. We're just going to carefully get behind the E-clip with a flathead screwdriver and pop it off. Once you have it off, you can take the E-clip and the washer off, set it aside. Then we can lay the assembly down and pull the cover off. And set that aside. Now that we have the cover out of the way, we have to take off the crusher cover. We're just going to lift it up so you can see the teeth. And you want to make sure you line the top of the crusher cover up with these 3 teeth right here. And then we're going to put the swinging teeth right here. And then make sure the cover goes underneath the swinging teeth. And then you can lift up on this side around the teeth on this side and then lift it all the way off. Once you have it off, we can set the auger assembly aside so we can change the part. Here's the old crusher cover next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. To put the new crusher cover on, you want to make sure you line it up just like the old one when we took it off. This is the top right here. And this is what you want to have up. Don't have the indentation up. We're just going to have it just like this. And we're going to line it up with the auger teeth, just like we did when we took it off. And we're going to put this part of the crusher cover underneath these teeth right here. And make sure you get it up behind there like that. And then you can just stretch it over the other teeth on the other side, turn it a little bit. Once you have it in place, we can put the crusher assembly back together. First thing we're going to do is put the cover back on. All you have to do is lift this into place, and you're going to have to turn these moving teeth right here, lock into this little cutout right here. So when you lift this cover on, you're going to have to push this in here like that. And you may have to get the door out of the way. And then push it all the way in so the front comes out. So we can put the washer and the E-clip back on. We're just going to set the washer in place. And then we can use the flathead screwdriver to help snap in the E-clip. Once you have it in place, you just want to make sure it spins freely so there's no problems. Then we can put the drive cup back in. Once you have the drive cup in, we can grab the bucket and slide the assembly back in there. Just going to carefully lower down into place. You want to make sure that the drive cup goes into the opening back here in the back of the bucket. Then you can lower the front down. You want to make sure that the tabs right here go into their little slots on each side. Once you have it in place, you can just push down on it so it locks it into place on each side. Once you have that in, we can turn it over. Once you have it flipped back over, we can put the arm back in. We're going to put it on the door first, so we just need to push the door back and hook it in. Once you have it onto the door, you can let go of it. And then we're going to look at this bracket right here. You want to make sure that it stayed in between these two little mounting tabs that are supposed to keep it there on the bar. If it's not, you can just move it over. And then to put it in place, we have to lift it over the little mounting assembly. You want to make sure that it goes over this little tab right here. Once you have it in place, we can use the Phillips screwdriver to put the screw back in. Then we can follow it down to the other end so we can hook the spring back up. You want to make sure it has tension on it. So we're just going to wrap it all the way around and make sure it goes around the arm. Once you have it on there, you just want to push on it a few times to make sure there's tension on it so it works properly. And then we can put on the outer cover. To put the outer cover on, we're just going to set it in place. And then we can lift up the bucket and set it on its side so we can line up the screw holes and use the Phillips screwdriver to put the screws in. Once you have this side in, you can turn it over so we can put the ones in on the other side. Once you have all the screws put back in, we can put the ice bucket assembly back into the freezer. To put the ice bucket back in, we're just going to line it up on the rails and push it back into place. Once you have it all the way in, we can close the freezer door, plug it back in, and make sure it starts to cool. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.